Hi guys, my name is Florence Nightingale and welcome to my Draw My Life. I was born May 12, 1820, which would later become National Nursing Day in Florence, Italy. As I got older, I became fluent in English, German, French, and Italian due to the different types of soldiers I had to treat during the Crimean War. I also decided as I got older that I would not get married due to the fact that I wanted to focus on my career, and being a wartime nurse made forming relationships with people romantically difficult. As I got older, I decided that I wanted to pursue a career in nursing because I was very good at math and science as a child, and decided to help during the Crimean War. As I got older, despite my parents' requests, I decided to become a nurse in the Crimean War. I helped to treat wounded soldiers during the war and cleaned the hospital at night. As the war carried on, I started to pick up more and more night shifts, later becoming known as the Lady with the Lamp. I began to become more and more attached to the soldiers as I worked with them, so I began to write letters to ones that were dying with no other family to write to them. I became a well-known nurse throughout the platoons, and as time progressed, I eventually reached having 38 nurses under my wing, training them to become just like me. When the war finished, I decided to further pursue my love of math, and eventually I wrote a book called Notes on Nursing: What It Is and What It Is Not. Due to the fact of my wide popularity throughout the platoons and the popularity of my book I wrote after the war, the Queen of England herself became a fan of me, and I was regularly welcomed into the castle. I collected data and organized record-keeping systems, and further used the tools in the hospitals to calculate mortality rates through the popularized pie chart. Due to the popularity of the pie chart and the predicted mortality rate graphs, I have been said that I saved more lives through math than through my nursing career. I eventually died in 1910, living to almost 100 years old. The pie chart is still used today.
And for the free response question, number 6, for part A, describing the population for which it is appropriate for Emma to generalize the results from her sample, we said, because we used a random sample, the results of the sample are contained in the population of rental prices for one-bedroom apartments listed on a website voluntarily visited by people who listed apartments when the sample was taken. And for part B of the problem, Emma wants to investigate the typical rental price of a one-bedroom apartment in the city based on the distribution shown. What is the disadvantage of using the mean rather than the median? So we said, because the distribution of the 50 rental prices in the sample is skewed to the right, the sample median provides a better information of typical rental prices. For part C of the problem, instead of using the sample median as a point estimate for the population median, Emma wants to use an interval estimate. However, computing an interval estimate requires knowing the sampling distribution of the sample median for sample size 50. Emma has 1 point her sample median in the sampling distribution. Using information about rental prices that are available on the website, describe how someone could develop a theoretical sampling distribution of the sample median for sample sizes 50. And we said, to determine the sample distribution of median rental prices for RS50, one-bedroom apartments, Emma needs to get every possible sample of 50 one-bedroom apartments from the website and calculate the median of each. The collection of all sample medians is the theoretical sampling distribution for sample medians. And for part D, we use the frequency table to find the value of the 5th percentile by multiplying 0.05 times 15,000 to get 750, and we found the closest number to that in the frequency table. For the 95th, we did the same thing to find the closest number. And for part E, to find the percentage of bootstrap medians in the table that are equal to or between the values found in part D, we then again use the frequency table, and we added 1,899 plus 2 plus 945 plus 1,673 plus 317 plus 10 plus 700, and we got that to equal 14,404. And then we divided that by 15,000, and we got 0.963, which turned out to be 96.3%. And for part F, the final part, we had to use our values from parts D and E to construct and interpret a confidence interval for the median rental price. And in turn, we found that we are 96.3% confident that the true median of rental prices of one-bedroom apartments that are listed on the website is contained in the interval of 2,500 and 2,900